peels, coffee grounds, maybe even some pieces of lemon that I've used for my food, banana peels, maybe a few eggshells. All of these are the things that we can essentially, that we can compost. Not a pretty sight necessarily, but for an outsider, but you know, looks beautiful from a composter's perspective. All those are greens. And we take those greens and we combine them with browns. Here's the browns, twigs or branches that have been chopped up, and the greens, leaves, and other branches that were still fresh that have been chopped up. And we use these kinds of cutters for that, just to chop them up. I'm Angel Garcia, and I'm a member of the Rainbow Garden of Life and Health. And I've been a member of the garden since 2018. I was invited here by my friend Maximino Rivera, who founded the garden. He's never been a gardener, but he was interested in building a community organization. I'd heard of community gardens. I thought of them as, you know, a good thing. And so I said, let me try it. I don't have a natural green thumb. I've been learning painstakingly sometimes, but I've been learning.
Yeah, so I need to clean it up. I need to take out all these. You see, I think the biggest mistake I make this year is I had too many tomatoes.
Yeah.
And they are like bullies. They took too much sunshine.
Right?
And
Isn't that's what happened to mine
yeah.
before? That's why I only did 2 this year.
So the peppers didn't grow until now. This is actually my lemon. I grow it from the sea. Yeah, and this is my mango. It's also from a pit. This didn't grow much, but still alive, so I'm happy.
The support we're asking
support
for,
letter, yeah.
and then
First year I came here, it was because I'd be in my window right over there and I'd hear music. I'd see like lines of people like at the garden with bags of food, and that in itself was like, oh, there's community. One of the first things that Maxie said to me, he was like, yeah, we need young people because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I'm like, okay, so it's important for me to be here.
So this is the first sign of spring, the crocus. But now these will only last maybe a week, but these are the first signs. It's springtime, so it's time to get a haircut. And the plants need a haircut, the bushes especially. The bushes are incredible. The bushes just grow, grow, grow.
My name is Marty Rogers, and I've been a part of this garden, the Neighborhood Advisory Committee garden. Proud to say, happy to say I'm one of the founder members of the garden, along with Francine, my wife, and our family. I grew up on this block, so I've seen this space. It was a 5-story building, 30 families, beautiful building. And it had fires in the late 70s, then got boarded up, cinder blocked up. God bless Brother Ed Phelan had the idea in 1983, why don't we make a community garden out of this space? And I was like, oh, come on, Ed. I didn't say that to his face, but oh my God, it was unbelievable when I think of it. We'd come here with 1 or 2 wheelbarrows, fill the wheelbarrow with tires and metal. And now we were like, okay, the nastiness is over. Now we have to build a garden. So now the garden is 40 years old. And so the garden has become a great social place in the community.
Thank you for people sweeping in front of the garden daily. We have to do a sign up today. It's really important to avoid the tickets. The city is out there. Could we make it on $50? We could, but we have to decide for this year, what do we want to charge? Do we want to do $50? We could do $55. So what do you think, 60?
We agree.
60? 60? Okay, so we're all, okay, and let's, please God. Motion passed, $60. Okay. But every once in a while, people come and say, I was here on Wednesday at 11 o'clock, the garden wasn't open. And you're like, okay, you know, we're volunteers. I always say to people, we're volunteers, we're not paid, but the expectation is if we say it's gonna be open, to try to do that. Making people appreciate and say, yeah, we want our gardens, we want gardens. We're saved, but we want the concept of gardens to, we all need more green space and keeping the green space we have. So that's the idea, okay? It's good, for the half a box would be 30, so we owe you 10, okay?
¿Qué va a sembrar, Miguel?
Cucumber,
Cucumber?
agua. Some sweet pepper for my country. What the other one? Cilantro, onions.
Pone mucho. Oh, they kind of.
So pon así.
I can't remember.
Tomato plant, put it here. Well, I'm hoping these carrots will behave this time for me. No, I'm hoping that I've found the way to make them grow the way, in the conditions they want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll see. We've got 40 attempts here.
Kids are getting bored.
Dijo que va a venir mañana. Cuando vengo a traer a mi hijo aquí a la escuela, que la FISI es 29, yo siempre veía personas aquí y un día me interesé y pregunté. Comencé como voluntaria, venía aquí, ayudaba los sábados, algunos días de la semana, hasta que él me ofreció, él me dijo que yo sabía lo que estaba haciendo, que yo sabía plantar y me ofreció venir. Después de ahí siempre vengo, traigo a mi hijo y a los dos nos gusta venir acá. A mí me relaja mucho, me pierdo un poco del estrés de la semana. Y él anda todo el jardín como que él vive aquí. Mi abuelo murió hace 6 años y yo crecí viéndolo sembrar plantaciones de plátano y bananos verdes y él siempre me enseñó cómo trabajar la tierra. Y eso siempre me motiva porque este es el mejor legado que él me pudo dejar. Esa fue mi mejor educación, aunque él no esté. Trato de enseñarle a él lo que un día me enseñaron a mí.
We're all coming from our city blocks. When we come to this place, it's our oasis. We think of this as our garden, and for all intents and purposes, whoever is working on this, should feel a sense of ownership. I mean, that's my garden bed over there. I paid for it. We are owned by the city. Legally, theoretically, as far as I know, it could be taken from us.
There was so many abandoned buildings in South Bronx, Harlem, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, and St. Albans, Queens, in what would be called the inner city or communities of color. Somebody back in the 80s said, why don't we make these community gardens? And the city would say, okay, you could make a garden. You had a lease for 1 year, $1 a year. But the last line on every lease was, but whenever we want this space back, we're taking it, the land, and you have to leave. And then sure enough, good old Rudy Giuliani, when he was mayor, said, okay, we're going to start auctioning the garden space. All the gardening groups helped take the city to court. But it was a very big fight for a long time, a lot of pain. And it was very sad to see people's gardens. I saw it, and the bulldozers would come at 5 o'clock in the morning, secret, knock down your fence and just bulldoze your beds. And we said we would come here, chain ourselves to the trees, chain ourselves to the fence, lay down in the street to stop the bulldozers. We had that plan. We never had to do it. We were kind of ready to do it. Giuliani's administration had to sit at a table with the gardener leaders and come up with a compromise. The city said, okay, we'll save some gardens. The city will run gardens under Green Thumb. Bette Midler, the singer, said, I'll buy some gardens and make an organization called New York Restoration. And the Trust for Public Land said, we'll buy some gardens and save them. Our garden was in that group with the Trust for Public Land. And then since that evolution in the 1990s, we've become separate from the trust, which was always the plan, and we are part of the Bronx Land Trust. No one can ever sell this space of land. It's a garden, as they say in the legal terms, in perpetuity, forever, okay? So that we are just thrilled about that.
Hello, good morning. Happy Easter, thank you. These are all donated from people in the community. Their generosity gave us all these eggs to share with the kids. So great.
I gotta hide them.
Gracias, bendiciones por este homenaje tan lindo que han hecho en compartir con la comunidad y los niños de aquí del Bronx. No durmieron, levantaron a las 6 de la mañana. Ya vamos, ya vamos.
Yeah. Whatever you can grab is whatever you can grab.
Are you excited?
I'm gonna share it with Lorenzo.
Okay.
There's a golden one. I know we're gonna share it, me and Lorenzo. The golden one.
And we're going to be patient and share, right? Easter Bunny says share, right? There's plenty of eggs for everybody. We're going to come around this way online, okay? We're going to do this first thing first. Wait. What's the word, kids, again?
Wait.
Oh, what's the word?
Wait. In Spanish.
Adults, don't take the eggs.
Okay. Adulto, no es para ti.
Don't put the eggs in your pocket. I'm going to check you. I'm checking. No, thank you very much. Thanks for your patience. They're coming around now. They'll be here soon, okay?
You ready?
Ale, ale, alleluia. Ale, ale, alleluia. Now don't, like I'm sure they told you, please don't touch the eggs yet, okay gang? Just hold on. We're gonna walk to the back. There's plenty of eggs for everyone, okay? Don't pick the eggs yet, please.
I'm going this way. We're gonna be patient. And we're gonna be
In order to take whatever egg that's there.
Now Caroline is gonna give us the countdown.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Go!
Mira, agarré uno dorado. Agarré uno dorado. Que venga acá. I got jelly beans. Yo, that's yummy. And they're chewy. Let's try some.
They love it every year. You want to show how many eggs you got?
Oh, you're gonna win the prize.
Qué lindo dice. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Oh, baby.
So we're about to open in April, and we gotta clear the beds before. This was my bed last year, so I'm probably gonna choose the same bed. I'm pulling what's dead and keeping what's still growing.
So just FYI, I'm doing a new bed. I've been reading more about carrots and about flowers that can accompany carrots. And they say need lots of sun. Here, you know, exhibit A, just almost on cue. The sun comes out, puts it right in the middle, away from the trees. We'll see what happens with this. Mosquitoes come after my skin like nobody.
All this has to get, I'm gonna take a raker and start cleaning up around. We gotta start getting this ready for the season. I believe spring is here. What made me come to the garden is that during COVID, I sat down in front of that computer so much, and by coming to the garden, it's helping me physically too, because I come here and exercise and get out my, you know, rump, they call it, and get up from that desk and get up from the chair. So I believe there should be a garden in every community. But I have been to outskirts of New York, and I have gone to states in the Midwest, and they couldn't understand why do I know so much about farming and planting and agriculture. They don't think we New York City folks know anything about our and planting it. We might know more about it than they do because we appreciate it more. I think that's what happens.
There are a lot of carrots here. Mostly carrots, actually.
Oh, there's kale. We could do kale.
Okay, should we?
That's so healthy to eat. You know that vegetable?
Beet?
No, it's kohlrabi. The other side of the garden, that's the urban farm. This side's the members' farm side, and those trays are called seedling trays, and we're putting basically the seeds into the soil, which will grow into little plants, and that's what we plant in the urban farm and populate it. Esto me crece todos los años. Esto es el sage, el salve ese que te dijo Laura. Salvia.
Ah.
¿Verdad?
Ya.
Esto, nosotros lo
¿Y tú
gustamos.
no puedes agarrar dos? Agarro la de Nayeli y la de Anthony.
So, tenemos que esperar a ver cuántos miembros vienen este año.
Ah, este año.
Y demás, pudimos coger a veces.
Otro más.
Tenemos que hablar con el coordinador que es Maxi.
¿Cómo estás, Laura?
Ay, Max, es mi abuelita.
Este es Maxi, él es el encargado de todo
¿Cómo
esto.
está?
Oh, ya.
¿Cómo está usted?
Ella
Esta
es mi
María.
tía.
María.
María.
Siempre tomar.
Lo que yo quiero hacer, sembrar.
Lo que
Pues, eso es lo que hacemos aquí.
Pasote.
Nature has a way of bringing people together. Nature has a way of bringing calm. We are a place that attracts people. And people feel like they can talk to each other here, like they can teach each other. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad even though my thumb is still half brown, half green, I'm not, I'm still learning. But I like to be learning here. And I like to be with the people who are teaching me just by what they do and by what they grow and by who they are. And I think all of us feel that way.
Hi, students. Hi, students. Come on.
Mrs. Rogers, good to see you.
Hey, come on over, sign in. We're in the middle of gardening, as you can see.
But we're going to do a lot. This list behind is a list of, we didn't put numbers, but there's a lot of
Possible jobs,
possible. We'll have lunch, we'll have some meat, and we're going to work and sweat, and then have a lot of good stories to say when you go home. Now you're going to get dirty, okay? But that's okay. That's why they make washing machines. Okay? You have a driver's license for a wheelbarrow. Do you have a wheelbarrow? You're going to get one in a few moments. Congratulations.
Take a second wheelbarrow.
Yep. Starting from the top. What we do is throw the really good compost on the ground. It makes the ground happy. It makes the plants extremely happy. And then we throw wood chips on top. But take your time. There is never a rush in the garden. We always go slow in the job. If you want to
Oh, should we just put the bag?
Yeah, now we're going to throw them on the ground. Spread it around. That's it. Spread it around. Beautiful. That's it, baby. Even on the stones, it's okay.
The big thing is to always turn it. And sometimes when you turn it, you're like, whoa, more eggs. We have some people who are very good at bringing, but people from the neighborhood save their stuff instead of putting it in the garbage. They bring it here to recycle. Whoa.
Didn't you grab more?
That's good for now.
Like at least 8.
Ooh, yes, yeah.
Just came back out.
Whoa!
It's gonna run up your arm.
Don't say that. Don't. Take him off, take him off. Give it a name. His name is Senor Crawley.
Our poor South Bronx, we have tons and tons of concrete. We have miles of stone and concrete and metal and fire escapes. And we got locks on all our doors. And most of us have locks on our windows, okay? We are locked in to concrete. To me, the garden is a miracle. You know, it shouldn't be here. And look, the garden has taught me so much, okay? I thought the garden was originally a place where urban people could build raised beds and grow vegetables and say, whoop-de-doo, isn't this amazing? I grew a tomato on 151st Street, or flowers. But then what began to happen is you can't have tomatoes or flowers unless you have people who put it in the ground. Thank God for this place. Thank each other. Be kind to all the members. And before you leave the garden, give somebody a hug and tell them you're a beautiful person. Keep it up. And this is your garden. This is our garden. Belongs to everybody in the community.